Good morning, everybody. It's Aaron again from Davis Family Values. Today, we're going to be doing a different video, and mostly I've been doing like videos on how to smoke different foods. Also, I like to do start doing some home repair type videos. All right, I've done things like washing machine, pipes, plumbing, and stuff. And actually, today we're going to do a video on how to fix a leak under your kitchen sink. Last night, I noticed I had a leak under the sink, so I did a quick fix on it to stop the leak with some putty stuff, and I just got back from Home Depot. So yeah. Look in here, you'll see I got my little baking dish under here, collecting any water that drips. You can kind of see that little drip coming down right there. 1, 2. All right, and a little quick fix putty stuff that I put on there. It's actually some water, supposed to be watertight JB Weld. All right, but what we're gonna do is, I got my pipe cutter. I'm gonna cut the pipe here, all right, and remove this whole section. I'm gonna unscrew this, and then I'm gonna cut this right here, all right. This morning I went to Home Depot, and I got these little shark bite things, all right. Traditionally, when you're doing plumbing repair, you need to use the soldering iron, the flux, and all that stuff. But with these shark bites, they actually make it much easier. I've used them before and created a watertight seal. I got this copper piping that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna cut it with my little pipe cutter. You can get this for like 10-15 bucks. It cuts aluminum and copper with no problem. Little shark bite valve, all right, that I can use there so I can start and stop the water. Sure, the water that goes to the dishwashing machine. Got a little valve where, you know, the faucet water, the faucet thing, the OD 3/8 inch comes in, right? And then shark bite onto this. I'm gonna cut it off. And here's, you got a little 3-way shark bite. It makes it so much easier to shark bite. So, all right, back in there, and one thing I wanted to mention before you actually start your plumbing, all right, first things first, you need to go into your house, wherever your water is, and shut off your water faucet. I mean, your water supply. I've lived in places where you have to go out into like a little thing in the yard and pull and shut it off out there when I was a kid. And in this house, we have to go underneath into the crawl space and just turn the little valve. I'll show you guys in a second what I'm talking about. And it just shuts off the water supply. And after you shut off the water supply, you need to come inside, flush your toilets, turn on your taps, you know, and just let the water run out of your system, okay? That way, once you pop open, you know, when you're cutting the pipes, you don't just get water everywhere. You're gonna have a little bit, like residual water that's left in there, but you're not gonna be spraying everywhere, okay? So, yeah, let's go get started on shutting the water off underneath the house. Okay, so here we are at the crawl space in my house. Showing you what to look for when you're shutting stuff off. My place is just this little thing right here. Is the easiest way to shut it off. Is pull it down 90 degrees, stops the water from going into the filter. You know, there's a well pressure tank and all that jive. So, like I said, just move it down, and that shuts off the flow of the water to the house. All right. And then you go inside and you drain everything. Okay, so we got the water shut off, went around and flushed the toilets, drained everything. There shouldn't be any more water in the lines, just some residual stuff. When you're getting ready to take everything apart, maybe put a little dish or something to catch, you know, whatever might be residual, all right, in the lines. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna detach this little nut right here that leads up to the faucet. Normally it takes something like a, you know, what is it, 5/8 or something like that. If you don't have one of those, you can get a little crescent wrench, you know. Things usually work pretty well. And you just get in there, get it on there, give it a little turn, and it should just pop, unscrew right over there. Come on, man, come on. Okay, as I unscrewed it, it got tighter. Let's do it a little bit more. Okay, usually gets tighter than that. I think it's because of when you actually put these plumbing things on, you have the sealing tape, the fast seal tape, and sometimes you get pipe dope. I like to use pipe dope on there because it creates a real good seal. And, you know, I actually do a combination of both pipe dope and the tape. So, but you get that, you know, unscrewed, and you'll see this right in here. It goes into the little nipple. You just kind of wiggle that back and forth, and it'll come up. Yep, see that little residual left in the lines? It's gonna drain out. I mean, you could close this off, but as soon as you cut this pipe, it's gonna be coming out. So this way, it's just less water that you have to deal with. Maybe I should seal this off. I'm gonna seal it off, and then, let's see, this thing doesn't wanna seal. Oh, there it goes, stop the flow. And then I'll do is empty this pan, clean up the mess, and then let it drain some more. All right, yeah. I'll come back when it's done draining. All right, now, I got it all drained out. It turned out to be about another gallon of water, surprisingly, that just came through here. So whenever you're doing this, be prepared to dispose of about a gallon of water. Had this little pan, just dumped it out into I guess a mixing bowl, and then just dumped it down the sink and got rid of it. So now comes the part where we use our handy dandy little pipe cutter. All right, the way this thing works is you just put it on the pipe, pretty much, and you twist it around it over and over and over, and then it comes off. It's pretty sweet if you ask me. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and move this valve out the way and pop this dude right on there. Now, the key to doing this is when you screwing it on there, you want to be at just the right spot. You want to be able to, you know, have some space to work with. And when you're doing this, you want to have a spot for your shark bite to attach to as well. And when you tighten this, you don't just crank down on it and stuff, because you don't want to bend your pipes. So what you do is you just tighten it down to where it starts to get snug. All right, that's the key. Where it starts to get a little bit snug. All right, when it gets to there, you can start twisting it in circles around like so. And you'll see that little blade inside there, right in there. You can see it. I don't know if you can. But as you tighten it further and further, and you're twisting it around, it just kind of cuts into it. So you just make sure you got it in the right spot. I think I'm gonna adjust it a little bit back to this way, because I want to make it as even as possible. And I'm gonna set you down for just a second. Get it on there, right? All right. I think that'll do. Got it on there. And what I'm gonna do is just get comfortable, if I can, under the sink. And just twist this man jammer. All right. Just twisting it. You can see the line that it's starting to cut already. It's a little tight spot. Twist it around, give it a little turn right there. Twist it around a couple times. Alright. You can see it's starting to get that stuff off of there. Twist it around a little tighter. Cuts into the pipe. Alright. So you get nice and easy to turn. So you make it tighter. And, I mean, the only way you're going to know you went through is just when it comes off. You know, and you'll know. It's crazy. You're going to start seeing water probably come out the bottom of this, too. And tighten it up a little bit more. Oh, yeah, she's going through. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's about separated. Got loads of some water drips. There she goes. Just popped off. Separated. Alright. And this right here is what I'm going to attach the 3-way shark bite to. So I don't have to do this whole spot where you had to get your soldering iron out and all that jazz. I'm going to clean this up and then do all of that. So, getting ready to cut that side as well. And I'll hit you guys back up whenever I'm about to attach the shark bites. Okay, so we successfully detached this whole segment. Alright, cut it off of there and cut it off there using the same little pipe cutter. Alright, someone might give you some guff saying, hey, you need to get a different pipe cutter for that PVC, but you don't. You can use the same one, just use your big boy muscles. Alright, so I'm gonna take this out. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this shark bite, I'm gonna attach it into the wall inside, alright? And then this right here is what I'm gonna attach the faucet to right through here. I've got a little bit of pipe dope and some fast tape to make it seal nice, because that's just how I like to do it, alright? And then it'll be a nice seal so I can have hot water. And then gonna have coming off of here, run into hot water to the dishwasher. Here's a valve that I can use to shut it off or whatever, so it's not constantly going if I need to do any repairs later on. I'm gonna be like, what's going on? Where's the rest of the pipes? Well, I got also some new copper tubing that I'm gonna measure however it needs to be to fit properly between these things, and I'll cut it as I go and place it in there. All right. So let's first get started with our 3-way shark bite valve. All right, it's not really a valve, but just a T. Okay. Okay, so with these little doohickeys, all right, first you got to make sure you got the right size for your plumbing, because you know there's 3/4 inch and 1/2 inch. Those are the most common types, but under the sink, you usually, from my experience, you're gonna find some 1/2 inch plumbing. All right, so what you want to do when you're hooking it up to this is you see that little white tube inside. All right, you want to feed that white tube inside of there, and then you're just basically pushing it on there as hard as you can. All right, and then you kind of tug backwards a little bit and it won't come off. It just won't come off. They do have a little specialty tool, all right, that you can use. They sell them in the same section. They're like little orange horseshoe looking things, and you know, you just push and it pulls this little flange back and releases it if you ever need to. But yeah, let's go ahead and get that on there, kind of wiggle it in there just right. See, obviously it's not attached, it's not on there hard. What I do is just, you should feel it kind of make a pop when you push it. Alright, it feels like it popped on there pretty easily. The thing is, it's hard to get in there, so maybe make sure you have as much excess pipe that you have reaching out. I tried to do that when I was cutting it, as you saw, trying to give myself a little extra space, you know, because there's just not very much. So I'm gonna set the phone down and try to reach my finger back in there, make sure I got a real good connection. All right. Come on, big dog. I think that's it. Good rule of thumb, if your finger's about to break, you're probably good. Right? Okay, so that should be good. Next, I'm going to go ahead and hook up the valve right there. Alright, focus on that. Okay, so we got our valve. Alright, go ahead, stick it on there. I want to make sure that this little tab is facing the wall. Alright, that way when I pull the actual valve itself, you know,
it's coming towards me, because you want to be able to actually turn the valve. You want it to be able to open, right? And sometimes the piping might be so close to the wall, all right? Instead of going this way, it's going to have to open this way, and it's going to hit the back. So make sure you got it facing the right direction, all right? Having the actual valve itself handle turned towards you, all right? Make sure you got it right, because that's just going to be all heads up if you get it wrong. So let's go ahead and just do the tag. Let's tag it away. All right, tag's gone. Let's see if we can go ahead and hook it on there. All right, get it wedged in there real good, like. It's gonna look basically like that. I'm gonna put it down and grab it right here with one hand and just push it on with the other hand. All right. All right, that shouldn't be going nowhere. See, there she is. She's all hooked up. All right, so now what I've got to do is cut a piece of pipe. Got my handy dandy little ruler that I got back when I went to Seaburn course. Yeah. Let's see how many inches we're working with. Not many. I guess I could have just used my T-square. That would have been, or my little square. That would have been easier. Looks like it's about 2.5 inches or so. I'll go with 2.5. Because this thing can slide in and out a little bit. Maybe let's double check it again. I said 2.5. That's the 0 right there. Yeah, we'll go 2.5. All right. 2.5 inches. That's what she said. All right. So, I got my stuff. I'm gonna cut this 2.5 inches, then I'll be back. Okay, y'all. I have cut the copper tubing at about 2.5 inches. All right. This stuff's pretty cheap. It's like $4 for this long piece. So if I just happen to cut it too short, I just go cut another piece that's a little bit longer. All right. So let's go ahead and take this piece and stick it up in there. All right. There we go. I'll go ahead and stick it in this side first. Just shoving it in there. Nice and firm, like. Do you hear that pop that's in there? And she's in. Alright, next. Maybe I should have gone a little bit longer. It's 3.5 inches. But we'll see if we can make it work. Well, she's not going any further. So I'm gonna cut another piece at 3.5 inches. Now, I can show you how this actually comes off. This should work perfectly for coming off. The actual valve for the faucet came with a makeshift one that's kind of silver. So you're gonna put it on there. It pushes against it. And let's see if I can hold this just right. Sorry, I'm doing this with my phone, but just push it in there. And it comes out. Just a second. Okay, well it turns out, for some reason, this little thing, I guess it must be just designed to go with this little silver valve or something, because this was what it came with. Alright, I wasn't able to get it off. That thing, pushing on it really hard, proved to kind of be too sharp for my fingers. It kind of hurt. I'm going to try to use this one that I have, which is for the 3/4 inch. These are 1/2 inch. Try to push against, against this to make it pop it open, but that didn't work. I ended up actually being able to pull a little bit extra through there and was able to connect it. Now, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and connect this whole situation right here. Alright, and then the last part I'll do is cut another piece of pipe to connect to this shark bite to this shark bite. Alright, so looking at this, let's unscrew this and see what we're working with. Should be a little copper piece inside. Yep, copper piece. Alright, help make sure it's more secure in there. There's that. Plugs right in there. So what we'll do, should be able to just, let me pause this just a second so I can get. So after looking at this thing, it looks like we are not gonna really need this little copper piece. So that's cool. And the reason being, it's because it's got that little white flange, all right, that's gonna act as the seal. This part is gonna come down and press it in there as it screws into the top of this. What you'll see me do first is I'm gonna put some fast tape, plumber's tape, or whatever you wanna call it, on this little section right here. And then I'll go ahead and get a little tiny bit of plumber's putty, put it on there, and then I'm gonna close it up real tight. All right, so I've got the fast tape. All right, I'll get me a little piece of it, just tear it right off, and then put it right on here real quick. All right, just kind of get it on there, make sure it's on there nice and tight. I got sausage fingers that aren't very nimble, but it'll be all good. Just make sure it's on there. All it's doing is sealing up gaps. All right, so that the water doesn't leak through on the threads. Come on. Stupid sausage fingers. I'm gonna try another piece. I just wrecked that up. Okay, let's get another decent piece. Okay. Just start on one side, press it down, and just wrap it around there, holding it tight. Probably don't need to do both, but man, I don't like leaks. They suck. So I go ahead and just tag it with both. Move this junk out the way. Yeah, got my little pipe dope called Pro Dope. All right, this stuff goes a long way. It's not really sticky, but it is sticky. You know, it's kind of weird. It's almost like a rubber cement consistency, I think. That's nowhere near sticky. Maybe just like a mixture of clay and I don't know. It's like this compound of stuff that, you know, just seals, fills in all the gaps, you know, and it works really well, I think. It's easy to rinse off your hands. I honestly don't think it ever dries. It just sits there and gets goopy and fills in all the cracks. That's about all you're gonna need. All right, so make sure it's on there like that. And now I will attach it. You stick this right in there, shove it in there deep as it'll go. Screw it on there. Finger tight as you can. Get on there, come on, catch. There you go. You know you caught on there when it starts being rough because of the pipe dope. Pipe dope. Alright. Just pressed it, get it in there. Get your little wrench. What did I do with the wrench? My little wrench. Dang old 5/8 wrench. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Just keep screwing her on there until she's nice and tight. Yeah, remember what I always say. Mom always said, if it ain't tight, it ain't right. Alright, that can apply wherever you want it, but, you know, your nuts, with your nuts, make sure they're tight. Alright. Nice and tight, but don't want to over tight them. You might strip your stuff, but that should be good with the pipe dope and all that in there. So what I'll do now is just cut a little piece. I don't know, probably another 2.5 inches or so, and yeah, just be all good to go. All right, let me get this stuff. I'll let you watch me cut it in there. All right, move that
this stuff right here. I honestly don't care too awful much on how long it is. I just need to attach this thing to this thing, and it needs a piece of copper pipe. And after this is complete, we should be complete on our repair. So that's cool. Yeah, it just sucked. My water thing, I don't know. I guess it must be, I'm in an old house. So, just kind of tightened up a little bit. And like with the pipe, it's easier. You can just turn the pipe. Well, I've got pipe dope on my hand, so it's kind of a pain in the biscuits. A little slippery. Maybe I tightened it too much. There you go. And just twist it around in circles, twist it around in circles. When you're holding it like this, you can twist them both at the same time. And it goes faster. And just having to twist this in the circle. And then tighten it just a little bit every time you go around a couple times. Just let the blade go in a little bit deeper. It's already almost done. Tighten it lefty loosey, righty tighty. This little pipe cutter is pretty handy little pipe cutter. I love the thing. And just turn it a little bit more. It fits in all the tight places. It's not one of those long handled pipe cutters. You know, this thing is just all the little places. A little bit tighter. Oh, it's almost done. Almost done. Keep turning. Ta-da! Just cut it. Too freaking easy, right? Too stinking easy. So, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick it right in here. Feed it through. Alright. Push it till it. I'll make sure you get it in there straight. When you hear that pop, you'll feel it and hear it. I felt it. Let me just make sure I get it straight. There we go. I did that first to make it easier to push into this one. Alright, make sure you feel it on there straight. Alright, push it on there. Should be good to go. Alright. Should get one more good tug on it so I can make sure it's in there straight and sturdy. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good, y'all. Got a little valve to open up for the water. Alright. Moment of truth, y'all. You stay here and watch this. I'm gonna go back and turn the water on. You should hear it starting up. I got the water faucet on above you. So give me about 5 seconds. It's right under, actually under us. Alright, so turn this stuff back on. Are we doing good? We're doing good. I don't see any leaks. You hear the water spraying above you, don't you? Make sure it's on hot. It's on hot. My hand running, make sure it starts running hot. I don't see any leaks. Air out the lines. I think we're gonna be good. Yep, we got hot water running. Got hot water running, y'all. It's running. All right, take a good look. Shark bite, baby. All right, y'all. So that right there is a pretty quick and easy way to fix any plumbing that's under your sink, or you know, you can use that to fix basically any water pipes. You know, just cut the pipe, replace it with a different section of pipe, and connect it with them shark bites, and You know, it's actually, plumbing is a lot more easy than it used to be back in the old days. That job probably was cost me a couple $100, I feel like. But I spent like $4 on the copper tubing, like $6 on the valve, and the three-way thing, another $5 on the thing that the faucet connects to, and the actual valve was like $8. So just compare the prices, and you know, hey, if you like my videos, man, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I got some more videos coming. All right, y'all. Have a good one.